and relax with me over the next half hour, because on tonight's programme, I'm joined by Ulster and Ireland rugby star, the very talented Tommy Bowe. Most women love chocolate and shoes. Rita Fitzgerald meets one lady who's turned her love of both into a thriving business. The Dublin-based indie folk band Good Time Villains will be chatting and performing live. Dublin indie folk band Good Time Villains have made quite an impression since they came onto the Irish music scene 2 years ago and now have quite a following. Their second EP, called The Path, has been receiving rave reviews and getting loads of radio play from major radio stations, which has pushed it to the #1 in the iTunes charts in Ireland. Now, this massive following led to the band playing a slot at Electric Picnic in September. And here with me now, Mick O'Gorman, Richie McGrath from the Good Time Villains. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So 2 years ago, how did it all come about?
I met Richie in Australia at a house party a few years ago, and we started playing some music. Came home, met Carl and Stephen, and made a full band, writing songs. And recently, Leanna's come along playing violin. It's actually funny though, because only recently we had a gig, and my mum seeing Richie's mum, and they turn out to be best friends in school.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. What are the chances of that? Like, you know, that's how small the world is.
Oh, totally. But then you keep it pretty much in the family, Richie, because the singer you're going to perform, Mr. Keeper, is very personal to you.
Yeah, my father passed away a few years ago, so I kind of wrote that song about the advice he gave me when I was growing up as a child. So.
And have you followed that advice?
Well, I do my best. So.
Being a fine, upstanding young man.
Yeah.
Proper citizen.
You better believe it.
Great lad.
But adding Leanne into the mix with the fiddle, I mean, that makes quite a difference to the sound, doesn't it?
Such a different sound. Like, it's really brought the songs to life, you know. The songs are there, but you need to bring them to life, you know. And
yeah.
they just sound a lot more folky now. We're loving the sound that we're after getting now of the last EP. So
it's always the women that brings it together.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. And an album's in the offing?
Yeah, we were in recording pretty late last night in the studio, in Alfian Studios there. And it's sounding pretty good, isn't it? And
are you doing this independently, Richie? Or
yeah, it's all independent. We're a hard-working band, so everything...
Recently been getting a little bit of guidance off a label. We're not kind of exclusively signed, but really good label called Arc Music, actually. They're celebrating 40 years in business this year, so happy birthday to them guys. And
you have a gig coming up fairly soon?
We're in Whelan's on December 6th.
And Whelan's has got a great following for local acts.
Yeah, it's really good. Great for Irish acts. On the main stage there's a promotion company called Tier 1. They're helping out a lot of Irish artists recently, and they asked us to play at their launch gig, so we're pretty chuffed that they asked us to play at their first gig. So
brilliant. Well, that's on the 6th of December, but before that, you can hear the Good Time Villains here on UTV Life at the end of the programme, and looking forward to that. Gents, thanks very much indeed for joining me.
Cheers.
And as I say, looking forward to hearing the Good Time Villains performing Mr. Keeper. So as they get ready, here are some ideas on how you can keep yourself again at the same time, 8 o'clock next week. For now, though, from all of us on the UTV Life team, thank you for watching, good night, and have a great weekend. And I leave you now with the Good Time Villains singing Mr. Keeper.
I'm not looking for anything cheaper, just to hear some touch you.